All right. That was amazing. And all right, I have 6 minutes, and my team will say that's not possible that I'm going to actually finish this off in 6 minutes. I had a whole thing I was going to present. Let me see if I can get to it. Um, but there's a couple things I'd like to call out on, particularly on MojaCom 31. Um, uh, Organizations evolve, and and I think this is a great example of that. That organizations evolve and things move forward, and things continue to move forward, and things continue to get better. Um, who kicked off the MojaCom today, 3 days ago? But our new CEO Yachu, the first time having a new CEO to kick off a MojaCom, and who took us through this MojaCom for the first time is Plune. So the first thing I would love to do is make sure everybody gives a round of applause to Plune for the amazing organization, the amazing leadership she's given us to this MojaCom. This was her first one, first of many, we very much hope. And it was honestly amazing. I'm not going to do comparisons of how great a job Simeon did in the past, but I really, really enjoyed this one. And I think incredible that she was able to pull this off and keep the content going, keep the energy up, keep everyone involved. Um, and so, Plune, really, really amazing job. And unfortunately, you have a bunch more that have to get better um, from here on out. And so you set the bar for yourself quite high. I'd also really like to thank the session owners from the foundation, Sam, Paul, James, Michael. Sorry if I missed anybody, who have really made sure that this one was one of the most inclusive MojaComs, particularly online MojaComs that I think we've ever had. So excellent job in that. And I think that what that shows is just how much the ecosystem is actually very actively engaged, that it was quite easy to get everyone to come up and want to speak. And that was amazing as well. And obviously, last but definitely not least, but Tulo, thank you for getting all of our um, energy up and keeping things flowing, and your job in really helping out Plume, both in the things that we've could see and the things we haven't seen, to make sure that this was an awesome MojaCon. Um, and then Megan and Emily from our virtual partners, who are always amazing at making sure that these things run smoothly. I think we're getting pretty good at the content and the organization of the ecosystem, but the organization of events, there's no way we could do without you. So thank you both so much for uh, uh, for all the work that you do to help us pull these things off. Um, and then, since I started with her, I would like to end with her and once again thank Plune for this amazing event, as well as and getting everyone there, getting everyone organized, getting everyone speaking. This was really wonderful. I, on now into some things about the ecosystem. I'll skip my slides because we're out of time, but there's a few things that clearly I'm hoping a lot of people have realized that I think you've all been hearing me talk every single MojaCon for the past couple of years. It feels like we're at an inflection point. It feels like we're at an inflection point. Um, and once again, it feels like we're at an inflection point. Um, for those of you who didn't realize, there were some big RFPs that came out and recently closed in both Ghana and Bangladesh. Specifically for Mojoops, there was a number of RFPs. I think Yemen, Sudan. I think there was one other one that we sent around that for IIPSs that were Mojoop friendly. And we're going to see a lot more of those. So thank you to all of the community members who have been just working your butts off on getting in those proposals, and doing the best that you can. We wish you all the best of luck with all of them. And we hope that this week was a breather, because unfortunately for you, there are a few more RFPs coming out in the coming months. So catch your breath and be prepared for another season of RFP responses. Um, and I think that's where we'd like to go. I'd like to talk about is these RFPs are exciting because they're showing that there is more and more opportunity, and that opportunity is spreading around. We're seeing more. We're seeing the opportunity build on the fact that we have momentum from live deployments. We've heard this week from a number of adopters. We've heard from GAMSwitch. We've seen the Central Bank of Liberia here. and we've heard from our switch. And next week, watch your LinkedIn because a number of us are going to the official launch of the next live MojaLoop. And so watch for us on LinkedIn next week for our next launch. Um, and for those of you who don't know and haven't been able to follow everyone who was on this channel or on this event, we actually think that there will be at 10 live MojaLoops by mid 2027. Um, and to be going from one uh, 6 months ago, just in Rwanda, to 10 1 year from now is pretty significant growth. And so I hope everyone's quite excited and quite ready. Um, Now, what that means is that you're going to be seeing a lot of initiatives coming out of the ecosystem team to help us keep up with that. We are at an inflection point in terms of now we have to be able to respond to this growth. And and so what I ask for all of you and from now until the next Moja Loop for MojaCom from the ecosystem side is some initiatives we're doing to try to make sure that that growth is smooth. One of those is you're going to be hearing from Plune about the division of our service provider directory into an implementer directory and an adjacency provider directory. Because we're getting a lot of adopters just saying, look, I just want to know who's going to implement this for me. So we're going to have an implementer directory. And you're going to be in the adjacency directories. There's been a lot of comments about what about adding this? What about adding this? What about adding this? Some of that's going to be core, but some of that's actually going to be things that a lot of you are actually looking at providing as services and products that sit around a Moja Loop that make a Moja Loop work really well, and turn it into an actual IIPS. So be looking out for helping Plune define how we categorize adjacencies, and really hope that by the time we all meet up in Accra here in just a few months, you'll be able to see that that's live, and we'll be driving more and more business to both the implementers and the adjacency providers. You're also going to hear Tulo talking more and more about our adopter support program. And that's a way in which we can make sure that our SIs, both the experienced ones and our growing number of implementers, are adequately supported in providing quality implementations to our adopters. And so be looking out for helping Tulu in defining what that is. And in line with one of the other big initiatives, I think we were going to want to follow up on for the next until the next MojaCom is we talked about these awards around contribution just now. If you were contributing, you didn't feel like you were recognized. Please help Plume in. She's going to be throwing around the new contribution framework, which allows everyone to hopefully get all of their contributions, technical and non-technical, adequately tracked, and then after they're adequately tracked, adequately incentivized, adequately rewarded. Because unless we get more contributions from this ecosystem, unless we get more contributions both from the implementers and the adopters and the adjacency providers, all of you, then we're really not going to be able to scale this to where I think we're going, which is 50 countries within the next 3 or 4 years. I don't think, as much as this community as it stands right now, the people who are left here on day 3 are amazing. I don't think that this group is actually going to get us to 50 countries. We're going to have to expand dramatically. And so that's going to mean we're going to have to grow, and we're going to have to grow in a systematic way in terms of, and that's going to be really focused on our contributions. So please help out Plume with the contribution framework that's coming out soon. And let's see. I think, yeah, I think that was it. There's one other thing I want to make a pitch for everyone is that you're going to be hearing a lot more about the accelerator programs coming out, and I think that one of the things those of you who applied for and were part of the RFPs that have been coming out, starting to recognize that RFPs more and more are saying you need to have a strong local partner. And what everyone who's looking at these accelerator programs, please make sure that you are involved in the accelerator programs. That's how you're going to meet local partners. If there's an accelerator program happening, it means we think that there's probably going to be an RFP. So look out. I think we'll be launching another accelerator program in an exciting country within the next couple of days. So be watching LinkedIn for that. And so, last thing I will say um, is that we very much hope that everybody is ready for Accra. We will be going to MojaCom 32 in Accra, Ghana, in the last week of September, first week of October, and we very much hope to see all of you there, including talking about some of the new live deployments that we hope will be announcing when we're there. Um, all right, and I think I got everything in. Only 4 minutes late. Um, Please go to our website and register for MojaCom 32. Do it today. It's up now, and we will see you all there. Thank you all for coming.